Hey Taurus, this is your reading for May. Just a quick one, starting with the Rider-Waite. So the Strength card fell out. So this could mean that during May you will find your inner strength to deal with something that maybe you were postponing to deal with. I also sometimes want to take this card literally. There's something about animals, something about pets. Maybe you have to take care of your pet. It could also just mean that there's something about your physical strength here during May that you want to take care of. Maybe you want to build some muscles in a healthy way, of course. And then we have the Hierophant, so maybe you will reevaluate something about your spirituality, something about religion. It could also, if it's not about spirituality or religion, just stand for some kind of authority that you're having to deal with during the month of May. Could even be a judge. Then we have the Chariot. This is similar to the Strength card here, like there's some kind of competence on your behalf here, like on your side. It feels like you find the strength to very successfully deal with something, to guide yourself through quite confusing thicket. Maybe you have the proper, metaphorically speaking, bush knife to cut yourself through something. It could be that you have been going through a rough patch regarding something where you are very, there's just this competence there that you will find during May to go through all of this and to succeed finally in this situation. And then we have the 5 of Cups. And despite having the competence and succeeding, it could be that afterwards you will withdraw from the situation and you have to retreat a little bit, reflect a little bit. And, even sometimes when we go through with something, we still are a little bit inwardly taken down by this situation emotionally. Even though we didn't lose in a situation, sometimes it is just, making us sad, worry that, life has to be this way sometimes, or, people sometimes have to be this way so that you have to defend yourself. Another one, the 3 of Wands. There is something that is coming in for you. You can already see it. It's not just a sign or fantasy, it is coming in. You have the proof that it's coming in. You just have to wait maybe 3 more days, 3 more weeks, something like that. It's not too long. Then we have the Magician, so you find your power here. You are creating something. You are taking control over a situation. Also, going along well with the Strength and the Chariot card. And the last one is the Tower right here together with this grief, with this 5 of Cups. I feel like there is just something that was really tough that you are going through with a lot of success and competence. And, by you finding that inner strength, you will quickly end this situation. Maybe you were hesitant to end a friendship, partnership, a career choice, something that you postponed for several years, even maybe due to a guilty conscience. But, by just being fierce, by finding the strength, finding this inner chariot, being the Magician, I feel like you are causing this Tower moment. So now we are going to shift over to my own tarot cards. I have already prepared the medieval oracle cards here for you. Not Justice. I always want to call this card Justice, but actually it's just scales, and it can be interpreted in different ways. But I feel like there is some literal justice here coming in for you during May. Then we have the horse, which in my deck stands either for friendship or for vehicles, because in the Middle Ages they didn't have cars. So the horse was some kind of vehicles, and we have the Chariot card here as well. So maybe for some of you there is something about a car, something about your car. But, you know, it could just be that there's an improvement in some social relationships. And sometimes, you know, improving that also means like having to let go of someone who is not a compatible friend. This is also, you know, in a reversed way, some kind of improvement in your social life. It's just sticking around people just because you have known them for a very long time is not always the right thing to do, I guess. If there's just arguing, or even if people are not arguing, then they want to be polite and not start a fight, but they swallow everything and actually they don't even get along with each other. They just have to be pretentious all the time. So there's something about that during May here for you. We have the Sun. So in my deck, of course, the Sun, just like in other decks, is a very positive card, transcendence, also some kind of knowledge. It stands for power as well, because the Sun is a very powerful source of energy, of light. Here, very suitable with a magician. And also just for enlightenment. And then we have the Thief, and the Thief rhymes with grief. I was using this word grief earlier to describe the Five of Cups card. So it could literally be, you know, that you realize someone took something from you. It doesn't have to be literally that they took something from your materials, from your money or whatever. Maybe they just wasted your time, or they, you know, wasted your sympathy, like you had empathy and sympathy, but they talked bad about you behind your back, something like that. But for some of you, it could also be regarding material resources, that they just took something from you, and you will learn about that during May and withdraw from that person, because that's how I see the Thief card as well very often, that this is someone who is packing their things and leaving, withdrawing. And then finally here we are coming to my health and lifestyle cards. As I always say, don't take them literally. They are not meant to replace any professional physical advice from a doctor. So we have strength training. Maybe for some of you this could be something that you might want to work on during May. We already had the strength card, so this is also quite suitable. Then we have treat yourself. That may appear to be a little bit contradictory, you know, because for strength training maybe you need discipline and not treat yourself too much. But I feel like it's about finding the balance between the two of them. Because, you know, sometimes people become too obsessed and compulsive with disciplining themselves, but you know, we also sometimes have to relax, and I think it's about finding that proper balance between those two. Then we have lemon here, so we can take that literally as just lemon might be helpful for you in some way during May, drinking, eating them, or you know, it's just a metaphor for, you know, something sour. But even though it tastes sour, it's healthy and still delicious in some very weird way, in a bittersweet way, like some life lessons that we have to go through. And then we have discipline. So, okay, I think it's here again. Like in some ways you have to discipline yourself, maybe also emotionally. You know, the Chariot is also very disciplined. Like you are going through something with a lot of focus, with a lot of inner strength, concentration, competence. I said it so many times. And yet you have a right to, you know, treat yourself. With the scales here, sometimes I also see it as some kind of financial card. Could be that you're weighing out. Maybe you were very disciplined with your money for a while, and now you can treat yourself a little bit. So I'm gonna leave it here for you. Thank you for watching.